CBC Saskatchewan, home of the 1995 Grey Cup.
CBC Saskatchewan proudly presents the 1995 Grey Cup Parade, sponsored by SaskTel, proud touchdown partner Grey Cup 95, and by your Saskatchewan Volkswagen dealers. We're looking for drivers.
Hello, Canada, from coast to coast, and welcome to CBC's coverage of the 1995 Grey Cup Parade. Mark Lee along with Holly Preston. Holly, it's 6 degrees. It's almost like a spring thaw in November. What a spectacular day for a parade.
It is a beautiful day for parade. Even the organizers of this parade could never have anticipated something quite this nice in Saskatchewan for today, but we're sure pleased it's happened. The people have been lining up for a couple of hours here behind us. They're excited about the event. What they're going to see is 44 floats and 16 marching bands. It's going to be a wonderful show.
This is the first Grey Cup parade since 1991. We're going to get a real dose of that rider pride, and I understand there's about 1,000 people marching along the parade route today.
That's right, and rubbing shoulders with many of them today. Bruce Steele, the host of What on Earth, and he's down there talking to people, getting a feeling of what it's like down there. Bruce?
Thanks, Holly. Thanks, Mark. It is a party on the streets here. People have been out all week, having a great time, lining the streets today. Before the parade starts, they've been out here for hours. It's a lovely day. We're having a great time. Just to give you an idea of the impact of this thing on this city, 1,000 people will be marching by in the parade. The equivalent number, to make it the same impact in Toronto, they'd have to have 20,000 people in the parade. When the game starts tomorrow, 55,000 people will be in the stands. To make the equivalent impact on the city of Toronto, 1 million people would be filling Sky Dome. The third of the population of Regina is going to be in the stands tomorrow. But here on the streets today, hi, who are you?
Russ, Jermaine.
Where are you from?
Edmonton.
Edmonton, who are you rooting for?
Who do you think I'm cheering for?
I don't know. A lot of people in disguise today. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. Whoa. Could be colder. Holly, Mark, it's great out here. Back to you.
Thanks, Bruce. Well, a lot of characters out there. We're going to meet quite a few of them throughout the next hour.
And we're going to see about 16 marching bands throughout the course of today's Grey Cup parade. Most of the people in the marching bands have been billeted, Holly, at homes throughout Regina. Just another example of the warm welcome people are getting here during Grey Cup week.
That's right, Mark. There are 15 to 20,000 people in this city. They've come for the Grey Cup parade, for Grey Cup festivities. A lot of those people are staying not only in the hotels, which are packed, but they're staying in the homes of Regina people who've said, come on, we're having a party. It's Grey Cup 95. Let's be part of it.
Hey, 22,000 people and only 2,500 hotel rooms, so you see the crunch that we have here.
Exactly. We're also today going to be helped in our coverage by Jeff Bohatch, CBC reporter from Grey Cup Odyssey, Prairie Portraits, well known to Saskatchewan viewers. We're going to go to Jeff now.
Thanks, guys. I'm down here on the corner of 12th Avenue and Broad Street. You can see the parade coming way off in the distance. The streets are lined with thousands of people, all anxiously awaiting the start of the parade. We'll be talking to them as the broadcast goes on. Back to you, Mark and Holly.
We're all set to get this 1995 Grey Cup parade underway. Holly, tell us about what we can look forward to seeing.
Well, the reason all these people have come out is because they know this is going to be a wonderful show. They're going to be treated to 44 floats and 16 marching bands.
Look at the crowd here in downtown Regina. Bruce, you'll have your hands full with those people breaking up the Stallions fans and the Stamps fans, and they've come in force. And we are nicely underway. The 1995 Grey Cup Parade in Regina, and leading the way this year is an RCMP color party. They carry the flags of Canada, the U.S., Saskatchewan, the City of Regina, Regina Police Service, and the RCMP Depot Division Ensign. Members of the color party are from the RCMP Training Academy Depot Division here in Regina, Holly, and they're joined by 2 officers from the Regina Police Service. And they're wearing their red serge jackets, the Stetson hats, the boots, and the breeches. The weather has cooperated.
Hasn't it ever? And aren't those jackets just marvelous? Of course, Saskatchewan is the home of the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the home of the RCMP. And the RCMP have played a big part all week in the celebration here. And here they are with a major role front and center at this parade. They are also going to be driving the cars for the dignitaries in the parade today.
The RCMP Color Party in all their glory and splendor here in Regina. They're getting a big hand as they make their way by our broadcast position. I'll tell you, if the Canadian Football League needed a little bit of spirit, they're getting a good dose of it here today.
Oh, the crowd just loves it, and followed closely by the Regina Police Service Pipes and Drum Band, the first band of 16 to come in this parade. Under the command of Drum Major Tim Wallace and the musical direction of Pipe Major Bob Hinchcliffe. It's colorful and it's lively, Mark.
It sure is. Listen to that percussion as they come marching down 12th Avenue.
They are wearing the Prince Charles Edward Stewart Tartan, 25 members of the Regina Police Service Pipes and Drums. Oh, they love the bagpipes in these parts.
Let's listen to those bagpipes. First impression here as we open the Grey Cup Parade, and there's Bob Ellert, Holly, the man who put this Grey Cup together.
Well, he's only been working on it, I think, for about 2 years. A very hard-working guy, an architect in the community. He has had something like 3,600 people helping him. There's his wife, Barb, with him, who undoubtedly has not seen a lot of them in the past couple of years. He's worked very, very hard to make this a success. I think there's something like 200 committees working under his direction. So you can just imagine how many meetings he might have attended this past year.
It's been a full-time job, to say the least. You know, there are only 2,500 hotel rooms in the city of Regina, and we figure there's something like 22,000 people who've come here, and that has been a big undertaking. And there you see the CFL Commissioner, Larry Smith, along with John Tory, his right-hand man to the CFL office in Toronto. Hey, Larry, can you hear us?
Who's that? Is that Mark?
That's Mark. Mark and Holly up here.
Unbelievable. Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. Listen, Larry, I'm not going to hit you with any of the tough questions. I know you've had those all week, but tell us about the festivities now that the weekend is upon us.
Well, Mark, you know, this has been an unbelievable week from start to finish. Every event is sold out. We've got to have, I don't know, Mark, what do you think, 50, 100,000 people here on the streets?
Yeah, well, they're saying close to 70. You're right on there.
Well, this is just a testament to really the support of this province and the support for the league, and it's a great message for the rest of this country.
Larry, what can you say about the game tomorrow? Who are you picking?
Well, you know what? Depends on the weather, Mark. I mean, we all know that they're both excellent football teams. Calgary's probably a little more skilled, but Baltimore's awfully tough, and, you know, they're on a roll. So, you know, I'm going to pick it like a real commissioner. Tie game.
There you go, sitting on the fence. Thank you, Larry. Enjoy the parade.
Thank you.
More of the 1995 Grey Cup Parade on CBC after these messages.
So often something comes along to revolutionize the way we communicate. Welcome to the internet. Life is a journey, and knowledge is the vehicle by which you travel. Now you can be wired to a world you never imagined.
2,000 words on Shakespeare for next Tuesday.
Ooh, surf's up. Hang 10. You've got the modem. We've got the means. Let's call this growing smarter. Yesterday Rome, today Beijing. Never work without a net. It's the safest way to travel. News junkies, rejoice!
Gentlemen, look at these numbers.
Business and net returns.
I just pulled them off the net.
Hello, this is Life Knocking. Engage your senses. You are Columbus. This is your ship. Now, go explore. Join the revolution. Get wired. Get internet.
I am climate controlled. My temperature a constant 70 degrees. I am scrubbed of pollen, free of dust, void of pollution. So, why can't I breathe?
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
coverage of the 1995 Grey Cup Parade.
There you see the wide shot down 12th Avenue here as the Grey Cup Parade makes its way by the glass towers. Holly?
All right, well, they're 5, 6, or 7 deep here, and in the next car here is John Lipp, man who is the president of the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, local businessman who worked very hard to bring this Grey Cup to Saskatchewan.
We should mention, Holly, that this is a real volunteer effort. Something like 3,000 people are volunteering their time for free, led by this man and many other people here with a profound feeling for football and the Grey Cup in Saskatchewan.
Absolutely, Mark. Here we see a gorgeous float. This is the first float of our parade today by Tourism Regina. It is a welcome to Grey Cup 95, and we hope a very warm welcome to everyone who is lining the parade route and all of the viewers at home.
Let's go down to Jeff Bohatch. Jeff? Grey Cup!
Yeah, I'm high above 12th Avenue right now. I'm with the guys who got the best seats in the house. What time did you get here this morning?
9:30.
And where are you from?
Winnipeg.
And what brings you out here?
Alcohol, Grey Cup, alcohol.
In that order. He's also been leading the cheers out here. Let's go at it here.
Hey again, boys. Who's ever heard of Tracy Ham? Who's ever heard of Tracy Ham? Who's ever heard of Tracy Ham? Way down south in the pom-pom patch. Pick him up, Tracy, slap him in a coffin. Pick him up, Tracy, slap him in a coffin. Pick him up, Tracy, slap him in a coffin. And the crowd breed brings home the cup.
Here we are, they have the Play Safe float, and this comes from the War Amps. Of course, their message to children, and that is to play safe.
Yeah, there you see Astar, the gold robot from the planet Danger, riding on the War Amps float, along with 6 Regina children enrolled in the War Amps Child Amputee program. These kids are safety ambassadors, passing on a message to all other kids to spot the danger before they play.
Okay, Mark, closely followed by the second float, Canadian Football Hall of Fame and Museum. And, of course, the city of Hamilton is going to be hosting Grey Cup next year. They've been in town taking a look at how things are done, and they're wearing their Grey Cup colors, their Hamilton colors, and they're having a good time.
There's Pigskin Pete in the yellow and black stripes. The old Oski wee eat 'em raw Ticat salute, and there's the Grey Cup out front. The Grey Cup, of course, going to the winner of tomorrow's big game between the Stallions and the Stampeders. That Grey Cup has been burned, kidnapped, misplaced, and sat upon. And here come some pipers. This is the city of Winnipeg, following a colorful marching pipe band. The city of Winnipeg and its float, highlighting its 6 big attractions. Of course, the Royal Winnipeg Ballet, the orchestra. You see the float, Manitoba Theatre Center, the Jets, of course. They're losing those Jets in a year, and everybody's really upset about that in Winnipeg. But the Festival de Voyageur, another great attraction in Winnipeg, along with the Bombers. And there you see the Winnipeg enthusiasm. They really got this parade thing kick-started back in '91, the last time they held a parade.
They certainly did. Really strong football fans in Winnipeg, and of course many of them come to Regina for the Fall Classic every Labor Day weekend. So we're used to having Winnipeg fans in this city, and there are a bunch of them right now.
I'll tell you, back in '91, they were saying, hey, what are we doing going to Winnipeg? It's too cold, it's too small, and they really proved and set the standard for Grey Cup hosting in Western Canada.
Yes, they did. They deserve some of the credit for what is happening here today, keeping that spirit of football alive in the country.
Regina, of course, defeating Winnipeg in the bidding for the 1995 Grey Cup, and I know you and a lot of your football fans were happy about that.
Well, you know we were. Okay.
Holly, what do you call a school bus that's painted like a Holstein cow?
Moo! And there it is.
You got it. That's the Moo bus, and up top you see the big man. That's Bruce, the Tuna Coverton of the Stampeders. How you doing, Bruce?
I'm doing well. I'm just loving this. I've never seen a parade like this in my life. It's unbelievable.
Bruce, what have you been doing all week? Now, I know you were injured in the first game of the season. You missed the whole year. Have you had a chance to take in some of the fun?
Yeah, actually I have. You know, when you're injured, it's unfortunate, but I've been able to enjoy this unbelievable Regina hospitality. They got a lot of stuff going on, and just, you know, hands to them. It's just a great festival.
Hey, Bruce, tell me now, Your coach, Wally Buono, has not put a curfew in all week. You've had some time to enjoy the fun. On the other side, the Stallions, Don Matthews, has locked his guys up at 11 o'clock every night. What do you think about that?
Well, you know, it's his choice to do that, but, you know, everyone's men, and you know when it's time to shut it down. And for those guys not to enjoy the festival, I think that's maybe a little disappointing for those guys because they're missing out. But, you know, you got to know when enough's enough and get ready for the game.
All right, Bruce, it looks like standing room only up there on the Move Bus.
Yeah, we got a lot of friends from Winnipeg here. We got about 25 in total. They're big CFL fans. It's their 4th Grey Cup in a row, and they just love the CFL.
All right, Bruce. Nice to talk to you.
We're glad they're having such a great time down there. More of the 1995 Grey Cup Parade on CBC after these messages.
I've got gigabytes, I've got megabytes. I'm voicemailed, I'm emailed, I surf the net, I'm on the web. I am Cyberman. So how come I feel so out of touch?
Are you free? Are you really free? Are you really, really free?
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
Call Halifax International today. We are Hair Restoration. Call Halifax International today. We are Hair Restoration.
Make sure your busy family is getting all their messages with SaskTel Message Manager.
Hi, hon. I finished early so I can pick up Katie from a violin lesson. Okay, bye.
You can leave messages from anywhere and retrieve messages from anywhere.
Hi, hon. I finished early so I can pick up Katie from a violin lesson. Okay, bye.
Message Manager turns your phone into a bulletin board for your busy household. Order SaskTel Message Manager today.
Welcome back to CBC Saskatchewan's coverage of the 1995 Grey Cup Parade.
Well, are they having fun yet?
Hardly know, would you?
Just a great time. The sun's shining, and we are so lucky with this weather. And there's a lot of rider pride out there. A lot of Stampeder pride, too, as you see.
A lot of rider pride. You know, back on October the 14th, they packed the stadium, 54,000 people. And there you see the Edmonton-powered Desmond the Dinosaur.
Well, parades are really for kids. Parades are for football fans and kids, and there are hundreds and hundreds of kids here today because the weather is so nice. They can stand out and enjoy it, and this is what the kids are going to like, I think, as much as the football atmosphere here. Desmond the Dinosaur.
Desmond the Dinosaur following the Tuna, Bruce Covington. There you see a happy rider fan. Is that Ridgway's dog?
I'm sure it is. Everybody's in the act here. Everybody wears green and white in this city.
There you see the Desmond the Dinosaur. That float is actually a float that floats. Originally created for an entry in the 1986 sourdough raft race in Edmonton.
All right, an absolutely great view of today's parade, and our thanks to Westcam and North Central Helicopters for helping us with these pictures high above the city of Regina and the Grey Cup Parade.
Holly, it looks cold with all that snow, but we've got a great day for a parade. 6 degrees Celsius, and down here nestled in the glass towers of Regina, a warm atmosphere that I've never seen before at a Grey Cup.
All right, here's the float from the Bavarian city of the Rockies, Kimberley. It's an award-winning float from previous parades. It depicts the Platzel or pedestrian walk in downtown Kimberley, and you can see the replica of the city's famous cuckoo clock, and the city's mascot, of course, is here, Happy Hans, and I bet he's happy too.
Now you you can see that inflatable football blowing around. The winds have picked up, and we're hearing that they could be strong from the northwest for game time tomorrow.
Well, of course, that's true. Even though it's really balmy, it's very nice today. Things can change in 24 hours in Saskatchewan, and it may not be this nice for tomorrow's game.
I'm on the CBC float right now with the most popular guy in town during Grey Cup week, the weatherman, Howard Thornton. Howard, thanks for the great day.
Hey, it's pretty nice, I guess.
So what's the weather going to be like tomorrow? Everybody's dying to know.
Okay, it's not going to be nearly this nice. Okay, we got really just about shirt sleeve weather here right now. Tomorrow, game time, -7 for a temperature somewhere around there, and winds picking up northwest 30, gusting to 40, maybe a flurry or two. If you don't have your toque or your parka, you're going to be pretty chilly.
Okay, have people been bothering you all week long? Everybody's hounding you, wanting to know what the weather's going to be like?
I don't look at it as hounding. I look at it as making an inquiry.
Okay, thanks a lot, Howard.
Okay, see ya.
Okay, Mark, this is like old home week for you when you take a look at the next float here.
That's right, Holly. The Ottawa Friendship Train. There you see the Rough Riders logo in front of that big semi-trailer blasting his horn down the parade route. The Ottawa Grey Cup Caravan is a small group of volunteers and an avid Ottawa Rough Rider and CFL fans from that city. They bring us the Friendship Train, as I mentioned, and leading off the Ottawa entry is the Mayor of Ottawa, Her Worship Jacqueline Holtzman. Jacqueline, I wonder if she's heard from Horn Chen yet, the missing Ottawa owner who hasn't been calling her back. Riding with Mayor Holtzman, Michael Steiner, and April Johnson of Regina. And the children that we see on the parade today, well, they suffer from cystic fibrosis, and our friends of the Ottawa Rough Riders 65 Roses Club, that's a fundraising arm of cystic fibrosis. There's Ronnie Stewart, Holly. Ronnie Stewart, great Rough Rider running back from the late 60s.
And it's nice to see that many of these fellas are here this week. You know, we know that Ronnie Lancaster is in town, Angela Mosca. There are a lot of the fellas who really made the CFL what it is today, and it's good that they can come here and be a part of this. We're very happy.
Sure is. Talked to Angie this morning in the lobby of our hotel.
Okay, well, we talked about the local input into this parade and this event in Saskatchewan, and here's a great example of that, the Yorkton Regional High School Band. And what is so interesting about this, Mark, is that Yorkton is a small city in Saskatchewan. The high school has only 900 kids. 700 of them play in the band.
Compulsory band, it sounds like.
It does, doesn't it? But they are really talented, and it's nice to have them a part of this. The Marching 100 from Yorkton High School. 18 young women under the direction of Mrs. Gail Jensen and Miss Tammy Sinkota.
Regional High School Band.
Well, and you see how shiny those instruments are. Boy, these kids have been working hard for this parade, and we're very glad that they're part of it. Great sound.
Great band. Performed at Walt Disney World and Universal Studios in Florida. And
now,
there you see the Booze Brothers.
These are some guys that you've met before, I understand, Mark.
Holly, these guys have got friends all over Canada. They come from British Columbia, but they haven't missed a game or a parade since 1980. They're all dressed up like the Blues Brothers. They're black suits, white shirts, and socks.
Okay, well, have you got enough pennies to fill this guy, Mark? This
Not
is
likely.
the world's largest piggy bank, Maximilian, and the children here are going to love this piggy bank. He's sponsored by the CIBC and does a lot of important fundraising to support local charities. He travels all across the country, and he's been supporting a charity here, Chili for Children, and that's a program where inner city kids are fed hot, good, nutritious lunches 3 times a week.
That's right. He's been parked in the Festival Village here in Regina for the last 3 days, collecting money that will go to the Chili for Children Fund. You know, Don Matthews, when he was head coach here in Saskatchewan, was very involved with that, getting the players and their wives and girlfriends collecting food and donations at games.
That's nice to see. You know, it is a very important charity here in Saskatchewan. This little piggy only weighs 1,500 pounds. Quite a feat, I imagine, to move him around.
I would say. All right, another big marching unit making its way through the sunshine. And let's go down to Bruce Steele. Bruce.
Thanks, Mark. I'm with Rolly Barassa, who is the chairman of Grey Cup Parade 95. What a job you've done, sir.
It's been great. I've had a great group. We had 50-something volunteers. We've traveled the country getting all these people involved. It's been fun. There's lots more happening, and we've got a great parade.
You've been in the parade business for 25 years, more or less. Give me your unbiased opinion. Compare this parade with other Grey Cup events.
I think, and I'm not being biased at all, I think right across Canada, we've been to the Grey Cup parades over the years, and I think there's more people on the street. I'd say there could be 70, 80,000 on the streets every place you go, and it's big.
Thank you, sir. Back to you, Holly.
Okay. Thanks, Bruce. And here's the Yorkton Band. And we'll move on actually now to the Regina Lions Band. And I think there are as many as 4 Lions bands in this parade.
That's right, Holly. The first of 4 Regina Lions bands we'll see here today. And they're really pumping it out. Let's listen. Caught up in the spirit today, Holly.
Oh, everyone's having a wonderful time down there. Now, these kids in this band, the Junior Pride of Lions, 85 boys and girls between the ages of 10 and 14. What a sound they can make.
Stay tuned when we come back. More of the 1995 Grey Cup Parade on CBC Saskatchewan.
All across Saskatchewan, people are discovering the low cost of SaskTel long distance.
5 minutes, anywhere in Saskatchewan, 99 cents.
Call any evening, any weekend, anywhere in Saskatchewan. 5 minutes, just 99 cents or less. 99 cents? Now you're talking.
Fix your eyes on this super good looking, hyper exciting, rip roaring, meet me in the parking lot, highway snorting, ooh la la. Twin cam, here I am, wheel squealing, all inclusive, all embracing, built for drivers, good for the whole family, magnificent driving machine. Hey, it's the only way to describe it. The new 96 Grand Am sedan. All new interior, technical advancements, bold new exterior styling. 18,988. Catch it only at your Pontiac dealers.
I am safe and sound. I'm motion censored, watchdog, door manned, security cammed, and dead bolted. So how do I get out?
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
The Grey Cup spirit is in the streets of Regina. Welcome back to our coverage of the 1995 Grey Cup Parade.
Well, there are thousands and thousands of people lining the streets here, and at least one St. Bernard. He belongs to this gentleman right here. What's your dog's name, sir? Higgins. And what is your name?
Kevin Garrett.
And what brings you out here?
What brings us out here, we want to celebrate a little of the Grey Cup activities in Regina and promote our rider pride across Canada.
Where are you folks from?
Pincher Creek, Alberta.
Wow, so the rider fans out there.
We have got dozens of rider fans out in Pincher Creek.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
You betcha.
A lot more popular than I'll ever be.
Here we have Canada's national rider company all the way from Dauphin, Manitoba, celebrating the rich Ukrainian heritage of that part of the country.
Their entry in the parade highlights the rich Ukrainian heritage, as you mentioned, Holly. It features the Ukrainian Cossack of the 16th century from Poltava. Did I get that right? That region of the Ukraine. All of the costumes are fashioned after that period, and the cannon is an actual antique of the 16th century.
This group performs all across the country at festivals and at competitions, and they took first place in their class at the 1995 Canadian National Ukrainian Festival.
Hey, they're your pals.
My pals is right, a group of local revelers from the CBC television and radio station here. We know them by face and by voice. Sheila Coles from CBC Radio, Colin Brewer, Lindy Thorson, and on the TV side, weatherman Howard Thornton, sportscaster Glenn Reed, and my co-anchor and my pal, Costa Maris.
They're getting a warm welcome here. CBC, one of the stations involved in the Show Us a Sign contest that got 5,000 participants putting up signs all over Saskatchewan showing their pride. And right behind the CBC float is Rick Clough, the morning host of CBC Radio Sports and the treasurer of the Football Reporters of Canada. How you doing, Rick?
Mr. President, you didn't tell him you are now the president of the Football Reporters of Canada. Hiya, Holly. Hiya, Mark.
Hi, Rick.
I have never in 20 consecutive Grey Cups seen anything like this. They are 5, 6, 7 deep, and they're having a great time. I mean, Regina and Saskatchewan have done a terrific job for this Grey Cup.
Hey,
everybody's having a ball. Yes, Mark.
Remember back in '92 in Toronto, we took a look up University Avenue. It was dead. There was no atmosphere, no parade. What a contrast.
What a contrast. I would say Hamilton's got an awful lot to live up to next year, but it's terrific. It hasn't been here before, Mark, as you know. It should have been here. It's now here. It'll come back. This is a fabulous display of what the CFL is all about.
All right, Rick, thanks for the visit. Enjoy the parade. And now let's go down to Bruce Steele.
Thanks again. I'm down here, Mark and Holly, with the guy who is, well, responsible for this whole mess this week. You kept so many people awake.
Well, I hope so. We've had a good time. It's been a lot of hard work by a lot of people. We're having a good time this week.
Bob Allard, the president of the Grey Cup ceremony, the whole 9 yards. Have you rekindled a spark here?
Well, I hope so. I think this is showing people across North America what the CFL is all about. A community-based club, a small community. We're showing North America how to have a good time.
Mark, Holly, back to you.
All right,
okay,
Bruce.
thanks, Bruce. And here we have the North Battleford City Kisman Band. 40 members of this band. They've been around in the community there since 1937. It's a youth band. They're all teenagers between the ages of 12 and 18.
Kinnett Dansations Dance Troupe. That's a mouthful. 24 high-kicking dancers, Holly.
And they're followed by their mascots, Sparkles and Dazzlers.
Jeff Bohatch has been in the crowd all day long. Jeff, what do you have for us?
Okay, well, here's a sign of the times. There's some gentlemen down on the street here who have showing their Grey Cup spirit. Where are you from?
Actually, I'm from Northern Ontario, Sudbury, Ontario.
Okay, what brings you out here?
Well, it's a group of guys that gets together once a year for Grey Cup, and we're all over the world now.
So you come from every part of the planet?
Well, interesting enough, we've got a guy here from Australia, we've got a guy from Indonesia, we've got a couple people, one person from Vancouver, one from Whitehorse, and a couple from Northern Ontario.
Great, you've all got your funny hats on?
Well, I'm the only one that's got the funny hat on, but these other guys, we'll try to get them one after it's over.
Great, well, thank you very much. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Well, it just gets livelier and livelier here, and here we have a terrific entry from the Northwest Territories. It's really nice to see that they have come from this far to be part of this Grey Cup parade, Mark.
There's Mr. Northwest Territories, Joe Mercredi, the Fort Smith Festival Committee. Explore the Canadian Arctic, see the Arctic Winter Games. That's their message here. Likely a little warm for them.
No doubt it is. And a couple of young athletes from the Northwest Territories. They're both students here now at the University of Regina. Jenny Wainwright and Jennifer Henry.
Jenny Wainwright, a top athlete of the 1994 Arctic Winter Games.
Okay, it's just getting rowdier and rowdier louder, Mark, because here comes the Rowdy Gang.
Here's a group that has been seen around town all week, making all kinds of noise. I'm sure I heard them through my hotel window at 2 o'clock this morning.
Here we have the Regina Lions Adult Band. The youngest is 18 and the oldest won't tell.
I understand they put this band together for fun, and they're pretty good.
And there's a familiar tune on Rough Riders, heard at Taylor Field only a few hundred times. We all love it.
Oh, you got it, everybody wave, say hello to the Rowdy Gang up in front of us in the Northwest Territories. This is their 25th Grey Cup. Thanks for coming. Hope you're having a good time.
Great spirit here at the 1995 Grey Cup Parade. A beautiful shot of Regina gleaming in the sun today.
And look at that crowd. And they're having a wonderful time. It is a great parade.
Can you imagine if the Rough Riders were in this game?
Oh, I can't, you know. There wouldn't be room in this city.
And a great big howdy from Ponoka, Alberta. This float is sponsored by the Ponoka Chamber of Commerce in the town of Ponoka. They're here to promote Canada's largest 5-day rodeo, which happens July 1st. I know our director, Buddy Stanton, loves the rodeo, does a great job cutting it, and he'll have his eyes on this one for sure.
The Ponoka Stampede celebrating their 60th year next summer, and they're planning an extra special celebration for it. On the float is Ponoka Stampede Queen Diane Davies.
Ponoka is about 60 miles south of Edmonton in the Battle River Valley. Population of about 5,800. Takes a lot of volunteer power, just like here in Regina, to host up to 45,000 people every year for that stampede.
And of course it would. And then we have the town mascot, Ponoka Pete. He's driving the float.
There's Larry Rickman, the owner of the Stampeders, reveling in this parade. You know, the Stampeders really get credit, the fans, for starting this whole thing back in 1948.
Oh, they sure do. Back in Toronto, then there wasn't going to be a parade, but the Calgary fans decided, oh yes, there was, and they held their own. And they've done it more than once. They really do get some of the credit for this. Okay, down to Bruce Steele to see what they're saying down on the street now. Bruce?
All right, Mark and Holly, I have a preview of Grey Cup 96 in Hamilton. 3 ladies have come all the way to give you the cheer. Ladies. Just a preview of Grey Cup 96. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Bruce.
There's Ralph the dog.
Ralph the dog, really famous guy in Calgary. Glad to see he's here, and he looks like he's having fun.
Ralph the dog, a great mascot, and right behind him, more great marching band.
The 12th Manitoba Dragoons, just listen to those drums. 30 cadets from the Burton Army Cadet Corps. Long tradition with the Canadian military, Mark. The original unit was a cavalry unit that fought in World War I. And there are some lovely horses. Oh. Baby just taking it in her or his own quiet little way there.
All bundled up with a soother and a blanket and front row seat here on 12th Avenue in Regina.
This looks like a little touch of Calgary right there.
Yes, the Outriders from Calgary. And in that group, the horse that makes his way up and down the sidelines whenever the Stamps score a touchdown. He's Charlie.
Is that the one you stand out of the way for because he really moves?
You know, I'll tell you, Charlie nearly ran me over one year at McMahon Stadium. You got to keep your heads up when you're a sideline reporter in the CFL at McMahon Stadium.
These horses are trained to be in parades like this, and I guess they're not afraid of the crowd. I hope they're enjoying themselves, too. They know what they're doing. Oh, and here comes Huey Campbell. We can say back to Regina. Remember what watching Huey here many times.
Huey, number 31, made some great catches in that 66 Grey Cup game. A little nostalgia for him back at the parade, Holly.
Okay, and they're making music on the Calgary float as well. So many people here from Calgary, and of course a lot of the people here are cheering for the Stampeders tomorrow. They're dancing in the streets now. You knew it was just going to get livelier.
You know, back in '92 when they didn't have a parade in Toronto, the Calgary folks held their own. '93, they also held their own in Calgary. These people know how to generate spirit. In fact, as they always do, somebody rode a horse into the lobby of the Regina Inn yesterday.
That's right, happened late in the day yesterday, and of course we knew it was going to happen somewhere, sometime.
Now we also understand that the infamous Dick Assman is part of the Calgary contingent. Now he lives here in Regina, as everybody knows who's watched David Letterman, but he's a Stampeder fan, so they've adopted him.
That's right, it was revealed this week that he is indeed a Stampeder fan.
And the Calgary Grey Cup Committee gets a great welcome. And hey, what's this? We got a couple of white Stetsons.
I felt a little knock on my back a minute ago. Grey Cup 93 Stetsons that have been handed to us from the Calgary fans. You know, they are great football fans. They know how to party, and they're really generous. They share these Stetsons all over the place. So isn't this nice, Mark? A couple of gorgeous white Calgary Stetsons, and there they are. This one looks just my size. What do you think?
This one will fit it there, put it on here. Not too much room over the headset.
Betcha. Woo! Anyway, thank you to the Calgary Committee.
For sure, for sure. Another great mural. You know, there have been so many great pictures throughout Saskatchewan in the Show Us a Sign contest, and this is just one of them. Let's go down to Bruce, somewhere in that throng of humanity.
Thank you, Mark. I'm with Bob Obilovich. Bob, do you wish you had this back in Toronto in years past?
Oh, you can't beat the enthusiasm out here, and these people in Saskatchewan are super, and everybody's having a great time.
I noticed your tan is getting real good in the sunshine here.
That's a good side to be sitting on waiting for the parade. I might have got a little tan.
Back to you, Mark and Holly.
Thanks a lot, Bruce. OB wishing his team played a little better this year, didn't make the playoffs, and all kinds of talk that maybe Calgary's Doug Flutie might be going to Toronto next year as a marquee player. We'll have to wait and see on that. Flutie, of course, has denied it. Look,
I don't know what the Calgary fans would think of that, eh? Okay, an entry now from Brandon, Manitoba. The 1997 Canada Games, a float which says, "Together we will win." Site of the 16th Canada Games in 1997, and there's their little raccoon mascot. I guess he doesn't have a name yet.
I'll tell you this about Brandon. It's a great host city when it comes to sporting events. It'll be the site of the Canada Games in '97. Last spring, it was the host city of the World Curling Championships. They put something like 250,000 people through their arenas during the course of that championship.
Well, we're glad to have them here as part of this parade. Nice, colorful float.
Spirit of Brandon, Manitoba, population 80,000, and if there's a major event, it's been there or it's coming there because they sure know how to host them.
There's a little guy, we hope having a nice time down there. Waving to everybody.
You can't help but be excited to be part of this atmosphere here in Regina. Everybody worried about the cold weather, but we've got great cooperation from the weatherman. Temperature of 6 degrees. You can see a beautiful blue sky.
Yeah, these hats are just a little bit bigger than the ones that Mark and I were just given. We like the ones we've got. Those ones are pretty nice too. Here we have the Department of Veteran Affairs, Canada Remembers.
That's right, it's a national program sponsored by Veterans Affairs Canada to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II. Their float displays the logo that was developed for that program.
Okay, and we were talking a little earlier about the Lions Band and their contribution in Saskatchewan and to football. Well, here is the pride of the Lions, and this group is invited to the Orange Bowl Parade on December 31st in Miami. You don't get there if you can't play your instruments well, Mark.
They are polished. Let's listen in. Cup spirit, the pride of the Lions, performing Green is the Color. And everywhere you look in this city these days, that's all you get.
Yeah, they're very loved in these parts.
You get a great shot there of the precision, the great sound, and the effort that goes into being one of Canada's top marching bands, the pride of the Lions.
Imagine how many hours these kids must have put in to play this well. They worked very, very hard at it.
Prior to the 1995 Midwest United States Marching Band Champions, and you know what a tradition they have down in the U.S. when it comes to marching bands, so that's quite a feat.
Sure is. Bob Mossing deserves a lot of credit for these kids. He's the director of the band for more years than I can remember, but he's put in hundreds and hundreds of hours, and so do the parents, of course. It's a big parental involvement.
Well, if you didn't get here early, you didn't get a place to see this parade.
Absolutely not. They're just packed, and they're having a wonderful time here on 12th Avenue in Regina.
Pride of the Lions, 115 strong. The third Lions band to make their way through the 1995 Grey Cup Parade here in sunny Regina.
And the crowd appreciates them, and that's nice to see. Okay, let's go down to Bruce Steele to see what he's rounded up on the street now. Bruce?
I am with a fan, Holly and Mark. This is Corinne Garner from Simpson. You've been watching the Riders since when?
Long time, 66 or more, 60 maybe. Early.
What's your fondest memory over all those years?
Oh, there's lots of games and a lot of, just a lot of fun.
All right, dear. You're going to be there tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you. We'll see you.
Breathe, but we're going to have fun.
Back to you, Mark and Holly.
All right, thank you, Bruce. You know what really floors me here during Grey Cup week is to know that there are children who know about all the old heroes, the Ed McQuarters, the Ronnie Lancasters, the George Reeds, and they never even saw them play. There's a great feeling of tradition and passing on the passion generation
That's right.
to generation.
These people are legends, and one of them is Andy Young. We're going to go to Andy now, who is on the Dreams Take Flight Air Canada float. Andy played from 34 to 42. Hello, Andy. He's having fun down there, I bet. Andy, can you hear us?
Yeah.
There he is.
How are you today?
Not too bad.
Does this bring back some football memories for you, sir?
It sure does, yeah.
What's one of your best memories, Andy? You played in 3 Grey Cups, I understand.
Yeah. 3 of them.
And never won.
They got to be, yeah.
Who are you cheering for, Andy?
Hey?
Who are you going to cheer for tomorrow? You got a Calgary fan or a Baltimore fan, Andy?
Calgary.
Okay. Well, we hope they win for you. Thanks for talking to us.
There you see the beautiful overhead shot from our chopper at downtown Regina. Looking glorious on this bright, sunny Saturday afternoon. One day to Grey Cup 95.
You might think it's a little cold and snowy, but boy, it's warm down here. There's the helicopter. Wonderful addition to our parade coverage today.
Enjoying the sights and sounds of the Grey Cup Parade is Jeff Bohatch.
Well, there's a parade going on right outside the door of the giant tent downtown, but not everybody's outside watching it. What's your name, madam?
Betty Lou.
And where are you from?
Winnipeg.
And what are you doing inside here?
Well, it was really cold outside, so we moved inside, and we're watching it out the window here.
Oh, that's a likely excuse. Thank you very much.
Marching bands, incredible floats, and the color and excitement of Grey Cup Saskatchewan style. We'll be back with more after this.
I am safe and sound. I'm motion censored, watchdog, door manned, security cammed, and dead bolted. So how do I get out?
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
Hi, I'm Tammy. Tamara and I are CHAMPS, members of the War Amps Child Amputee Program. I lost my leg when I was 2. I chased a ball onto the street and was hit by a car. Now I warn young children to play safe. Remember, spot the danger before you play.
Safety is no accident, so play safe.
A message from the War Amps.
The need to communicate has always been a fundamental pursuit of humankind. Welcome to the internet.
Now you can be wired to a world you never imagined. Connected to continents of information as quick as that.
Here you go, sweetie.
Go, Gemma.
Go, Jamie.
Yesterday Rome, today Beijing.
When we did that. Cool. Cool.
Email on the internet.
Join the revolution. After all, is your world.
Welcome back to Regina and the 1995 Grey Cup Parade.
Well, and of course, in spring, the ducks come out, and here are a bunch of them. The Ducks Unlimited Canada Team Ducklings float entry. It's a flock of football ducks, of course. 2 mama ducks, followed by their brood of baby football ducks. And look at these guys waddle. It reminds me of those little football dolls, you know. Years ago, you used to bop them on the head, and they would bob up and down.
I had one of those.
That's going back. A lot of kids wouldn't know about those.
There's an interested fan.
It's so nice that the weather's not too cold for these babies and kids to be out.
Just a reminder, Holly, that right after this parade, we'll be going directly back to Taylor Field. Brian Williams and more of Countdown Saturday as we count down to the 95 Grey Cup game.
The Knights of Columbus are part of the Grey Cup Parade this year. 88 years in Saskatchewan, and 50 of their members are here on this float. They're wearing the Knights of Columbus Mariners hats and capes. The 4 degrees of the Knights of Columbus are charity, unity, fraternity, and patriotism. They're bringing some of that to this parade today.
And they feature the Santa Maria, which was one of the ships that first arrived in North America with Chris Columbus. This float was built in 1992, the 500th anniversary of Columbus's voyage to America.
And much of what the Knights do, of course, is to help 30 to 40 charities every year. Here's a band from Estevan, just a little ways south of Regina. It's a school that's always had a strong tradition there, the Estevan Junior High School.
Put in a lot of practice time to make it here to the 95 Grey Cup Parade, and we're real glad the weather cooperated. Can you imagine how difficult it would be to play those metal instruments if it were -5, -10 degrees?
Or snowing, absolutely. These kids have come up just for the day. They're going back after the parade to Estevan this afternoon. We're pleased to have them here and hope that they're having a good time. They're 12 and 13-year-olds. Okay, let's go down to Bruce again, who's having a wonderful time down there on the street, aren't you, Bruce?
Hey, Holly, you wouldn't believe it. Kathy here is from Calgary. Kathy, tell them how you got here.
We drove down in a motorhome yesterday with about 9 guys.
You're it, the girl and 9 guys.
The one girl on the whole motorhome.
Are they treating you right?
Kind of. One's my brother, so I'm lucky.
You going to the game tomorrow?
Yeah!
All right.
We're going to win.
Back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Bruce. The Star Phoenix Synchronized Lawn Chair Marching Band. This is something very unusual and very entertaining.
These are some guys and gals who know how to have a good time. I wonder who came up with this idea.
Probably some guys fooling around in a Canadian Tire store one day. But they can really work those lawn chairs.
Well, full marks for originality, you know. They're having lots of fun.
The last 2 months, 18 staff members from the Saskatoon Star Phoenix have been diligently practicing for today's performance in the parade. This is their 3rd Grey Cup parade. They performed in Calgary in '93 in that ad hoc kind of parade, and of course back in '91 in Winnipeg.
And that's how they spell fun in Saskatoon. Look at that, and synchronized.
And they took first prize in the novel category in 1991 in Winnipeg. And how you doing?
They are having fun. Let's go down to Jeff Bohatch. Jeff?
Okay, I'm with.
Karen Bodner.
And where are you from?
We're here in Regina.
And what's been your favorite part of the parade so far?
Well, I have to say that lawn chair marching band was pretty awesome. But I have to say also, I quite like that house from Calgary. I think it's quite creative.
A lot of people like a lot of different things in this Grey Cup parade.
Hi, Grandma.
Okay, just another example of some of the fun and the antics that are going on here in Regina. Just watch the lawn chair synchronized group from Saskatoon, and they were having a wonderful time down there. It's a great idea going for them.
It's been a fantastic day, and this parade has really lived up to all expectations, Holly.
Well, it has. It's wonderful spirit, not only from the people who are part of the parade and making it fun for everybody else, but the crowd just came. They were enthusiastic as soon as it started.
Old-time football fever, you know, it hasn't changed here in Regina and throughout the entire province of Saskatchewan.
Here we have, it looks like the Saskatchewan Government Insurance float, part of your community, celebrating their 50th year in Saskatchewan.
There we have the Saskatoon Lions Show Band. Musical director Brennan Reisling leads a 40-piece band from Saskatoon here this afternoon. They're all dressed in their red and white shirts, black pants topped off with their Aussie hats and red plumes.
The average age of the band is 12, but they range in age from 9 to 18.
That's amazing. This band has been the Canadian Junior Marching Band champions in 91, 92, and 93.
So you know there's a lot of talent out there on this one.
All right, here they come. Let's listen in. Incredible floats and the color and excitement of Grey Cup Saskatchewan style. We'll be back with more after this.
I have 3 children, and my children are 21, 18, and 16. Hi, Kels. Hello. Well, being on the road with my business, I wanted the security that a cell phone would give me. The business can take me basically around the city, but sometimes out on the highway and around the province. When the kids go away for the weekend, I like to give them my cell phone. They think it's great and makes me feel a lot better.
Real phones for real people. SaskTel Mobility Cellular.
I feel kind of lost without my cell phone.
Teenage suicide is a serious problem in Saskatchewan. Every year, thousands of our young people attempt to take their own lives. The reasons for teenage suicide are as different as the faces you may never see again, unless you help. Sask Power and the Canadian Mental Health Association are building Friends for Life, a volunteer network helping combat suicide among Saskatchewan young people. We don't need your money, we need your time, and so do our kids. Friends for Life. Find out more.
I've got gigabytes, I've got megabytes. I'm voicemailed, I'm emailed, I surf the net, I'm on the web. I am Cyberman. So how come I feel so out of touch?
Are you free? Are you really free? Are you really free?
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
Welcome back to Regina and the 1995 Grey Cup Parade. Okay, here we have a huge float coming down the street now, covered with flags.
Looks like the Wascana Energy Incorporated Energizing Saskatchewan float. Oh, the Elks.
Oh, here we have the Elks. So we should take a close look at what they're wearing on their heads, and we could figure that out, couldn't we, Mark?
They sure could. The purple and white, the official colors of the Saskatchewan Elks and the Royal Purple Associations. These people contribute upwards to $10 million annually to charities right across Canada.
All right.
There's the smallest, the smallest child along with the smallest float here at the 95 Grey Cup Parade.
Everybody wants to be part of this parade. They know what a good time it is.
As we mentioned, more than 1,000 people, from marching bands to local citizens to high-stepping dancers, making their way through the route here at the 95 Parade.
Jeff Bohatch has been in the crowd all day long. Jeff, what do you have for us?
Hey, I'm with
Dale Patura.
And what's your daughter's name?
Sandy.
And how long have you been out here?
Since about 2 o'clock, I think, or 1:30.
How are you enjoying the parade so far?
Awesome, awesome. It's great.
Well, what's been your favorite float so far?
What's your favorite float, Sandy? That one? That one right there.
Okay, thank you very much.
I like the horses that just went by seem to be the best.
Okay, thank you very much.
All righty, thanks. Say bye. Bye. Say hi, Grandma Four.
Hi, Grandma.
Oh, Grandma Wiggy.
Hi, Grandma Wiggy.
The color party, the Army, Navy, and Air Force vets in Canada. There they are, proudly holding all of those flags high. Joined together to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II and to celebrate the Grey Cup.
It's quite a nice float. It features cenotaphs and sentries in purple and yellow, as well as 2 giant football helmets, as we can get a look at that float as it makes its way by.
The 6 units of the Army, Navy, and Air Force vets in Saskatchewan.
There you see the cenotaph making its way through our shot now here at the downtown section of the parade. And their slogan, huddle up and remember. Appropriate.
A lot of huddling up going on in Saskatchewan this week.
Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny be good, I'm on the high. He's carrying guitar in a gunny sack.
Young and old, every generation out to watch the Grey Cup Parade here in Regina. And that's one thing that strikes a lot of visitors to this province, that in fact, all the generations are involved in football and the Rough Riders, right from high school through the Rams to the Rough Riders.
You look around the crowd at Taylor Field any game day, and there are kids and there are people in their 80s.
Some of the folks here tell me it's kind of like a religion. He said, I teach my kids to grow up being green and white to the core. They learn what it's like to be a Rider fan.
It's been going on for years. As a group having a good time.
And Bruce Steele is somewhere in that throng of festivity. Bruce, come on in.
Thanks, Mark. I'm with Michael Galfan, one of the owners of the Baltimore Stallions. You are to be congratulated, sir, for the franchise you built.
Thank you, Bruce. We're delighted and excited about the prospects of playing tomorrow for the Grey Cup.
You must be kind of impressed with what you see in the street today.
This has been incredible. I think 97% of the whole city of Regina must be here. It's a beautiful turnout.
Thanks very much. Nice to see you. Welcome to the city.
Bruce, thank you very much.
Back to you, Mark.
Thanks a lot, Bruce. And we have had estimates of as much as 70,000 people lining the parade route. You see them there. Holy mackerel, how can you see from back across that building?
You know, and it's nice to see a bit of Baltimore represented here today, Mark, because, of course, with the proximity to Calgary, the city's full of Calgary people. But, okay, here we have Miss Canadian Universe on this float. Hello to you.
Hi, how are you doing?
Just fine, and welcome to Regina.
Thank you very much.
How
Where are you?
Oh, we're way up above you, but we can see you.
Over to your left. Look to your left.
Look to my left.
See that big wall? We're right behind that wall and the big lights.
Is that right? Okay.
Way over all those people. Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Calgary, Alberta.
Okay, you're here.
But don't hold that against me.
No, oh, we certainly won't, and nobody would here. You know that? You're here to help support the Stamps.
That's right.
You having a good time?
I'm having a great time. The hospitality is amazing in Regina.
Well, we're glad to hear it.
Absolutely amazing.
That's what this is all about.
That's right.
What have you enjoyed the most so far, Alana?
Well, through autograph sessions and TV radio interviews, I'd have to say I had the best time last night at the Hoedown. That was a great time.
At the Hoedown. I think I heard that from my hotel window.
Oh, the Calgary Hoedown, you bet. Okay, well, thanks for talking to us.
Well,
have a great weekend.
You guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. The 95 Grey Cup Parade continues, and Holly, I don't think anybody will go away from this event feeling like it didn't meet their expectations.
Enjoying the sights and sounds of the Grey Cup Parade is Jeff Bohatch.
Okay, I'm down here on 12th Avenue with
Shelley Glass.
and
George Glass.
And Pat Gilliard. And obviously you're from?
We're from Calgary.
Yeah, we're from Calgary. You bet.
So what do you think of the parade so far?
Oh, it's a great parade.
It's a great parade.
Yeah, good weather. Hey, this is good. Glad to be here.
Great. Thanks a lot, folks.
Okay, go Stamps! Go Stamps! Hey!
Well, you know, football needs pep bands, and here's one, the Saskatchewan Rough Rider Pep Band. Musical group that performs at all of the Saskatchewan Rough Rider football games.
Al Ford, the general manager of the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, his daughter Jill is somewhere in that band of buglers.
Yes, she is. Jill's with the Sundown Optimist Buffalo Gals, along with Cheryl and Lee Holiday and Karen Weiss, and we'll be seeing them alongside the float. They're getting ready for Christmas here, too. Look at that.
Great support. You see the folks moving in behind the pep band, making their way through the crowds here on 12th Avenue in downtown Regina.
That's right, and this would be the walking group of Crown Life, and Crown Life is one of the Grey Cup's big sponsors this year. They've asked only about 400 or 500 of their staff and families to get involved and show their Grey Cup spirit. There's a little girl who has some.
One thing about these fans, their support is unabashed and unashamed. They let it out. They let their hair down.
We're not shy in Saskatchewan, are we?
400 folks making their way behind the Saskatchewan Rough Rider Pep Band, and are they in the spirit?
Aren't they? Oh, it's great to see. That's fun to have the kids involved.
There you get a great high overhead shot of just how many people.
Do you think we could set a record for most people in a parade in Canada? I don't know. It's got to be close.
Well, I'll tell you, this Grey Cup Parade is going to rival the Stampede Parade, which really sets the standard for parades here in Canada.
Maybe we can offer a challenge there. Wouldn't it be nice to see this continue? A strong football tradition can keep it alive.
Holly, you work and live here in Regina. Can you give us a sense of the anticipation that has been building for the Grey Cup game tomorrow?
Well, it's been absolutely amazing, you know, and of course it's been building for 2 years. Almost everybody you talk to is either on a Grey Cup committee, or they're married to someone who is, or their kids are involved in some way at school. So the Grey Cup week has touched everybody, and the excitement has just built and built and built, because tomorrow is when it all happens.
Hi, Grandma, it's me. Says the sign. Oh, you really can't miss the excitement and the fervor that the people here have for the Grey Cup. They've waited 83 years for this.
Well, it's about time.
What a show we're being treated to here today. Stay with us as the 1995 Grey Cup Parade on CBC Saskatchewan continues after this.
I am climate controlled. My temperature a constant 70 degrees. I am scrubbed of pollen, free of dust, void of pollution. So, why can't I breathe?
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
At Independent Living, access is our business. We have a complete range of lifts and elevators for any residential and commercial environment. Call us today for a free consultation or estimate. No matter where you are in Saskatchewan, the freedom you deserve is only a phone call away. Remember, lease options are available for approved clientele. Total freedom and mobility begins at Independent Living. Call today at 1-800-667-6003.
All across Saskatchewan, people are discovering the low cost of SaskTel long distance.
5 minutes, anywhere in Saskatchewan, 99 cents.
Call any evening, any weekend, anywhere in Saskatchewan.
5 minutes, 99 cents.
5 minutes, just 99 cents or less. 99 cents? Now you're talking.
The Grey Cup spirit is in the streets of Regina. Welcome back to our coverage of the 1995 Grey Cup Parade. Here we have the Brookson District Community Band, 35 members who've come from Brooks, Alberta, directed by Albert Zagorski for the past 22 years. Just about an hour southeast of Calgary is Brooks, so you can bet with the red and white there. A few Stampeder fans in that band. Regina Chamber of Commerce represented in the parade now.
Chamber's
Welcoming
president.
everyone.
Yeah, Jamie and his wife Ann Wilson are on board. Walking with the carriage are the Chamber ambassadors from Regina.
Oh, it's a beautiful carriage, lovely horses.
Well, ambassadors is an appropriate way to describe, I would say, most of the citizens of this city.
Well, that's nice to hear, and I tell you, the businesses are certainly benefiting, of course, as well, whenever a big event like this comes to town.
I'll tell you another thing. Everywhere you go, you see Grey Cup T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, green and white everywhere. You see all kinds of replicas of the Grey Cup. They tell me that they might sell $1 million worth of merchandise in 1 week.
And you know, it wouldn't be surprising, because as you've been here for the last few days, Mark, you've seen that everybody is wearing a hat, a toque, a sweatshirt, taking home a Grey Cup pin, so.
$1 million sums it all up when it tells you just how enthusiastic folks are. The Regina Lions Club International floats in the Grey Cup.
All right, and the float is pulled by the CNIB van, which is owned by Regina's 35th Lions Club, and the Lions make a lot of contributions to help people improve their sight. Sight First, an international camp to raise money for the prevention of blindness.
The Lions' motto, of course, is "We serve," and they sure have served a big role here today with all the bands. Let's go down to Bruce. Bruce?
Okay, I'm with Mirta Fonseca, who is for 20 years in Regina from Chile.
Yes.
How long have you been a football fan?
20 years.
Ever since you got here?
Yes,
Let's
I
see
love
that
football
flag,
and I
Mirta.
love Ryder. Ryder is my team, and I'm a die-hard fan.
She won her tickets to the game. She's going tomorrow.
Yes.
Back to you, Mark.
Hey, Bruce, what's her name again?
Mirta Fonseca.
Way to go, Bruce. Well, Ryder fans all over the world, eh? We're spreading the word. The Regina Lions C Band. These young kids, girls 9 to 11 years old, they've only been playing for 2 or 3 years, but they sure know what they're doing.
Working the parade route today is Jeff Bohatch. Let's check in with Jeff.
Ready? Well, parade fans come in all shapes and sizes. Tell me your name and your dog's name.
I'm Dave, and this is Bailey.
And why would you bring your dog to a parade?
Oh, she likes to get out and enjoy the atmosphere as well as everybody else.
And she likes my microphone, too. What do you think of the parade so far?
It's great so far. Hope more comes.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Regina Public Schools float, and this float is sponsored by the Regina Public School Teachers Association. The choir on the float, they're made up of students from Tom Collegiate and Glen Elm Elementary Schools.
And they are directed by Mr. Tom Magnuson and Mrs. Carla Natrasny. They learned green is our color. Rough Riders on Rough Riders huddle up in Saskatchewan, and Rider pride for this parade. As we mentioned, so many people working so hard to get ready.
Mark, look at this really colorful entry here. Marching unit from the Touchwood File Hills Qu'Appelle Tribal Council. A welcome to Treaty 4 territory, and they say catch the spirit. Treaty 4 was signed in 1874 between the British Crown and the Indian Nations. Territory in southeast Alberta and through southern Saskatchewan all the way to northeast Manitoba.
And the Eagle staff follows the banner. Each of the 33 Eagle feathers on the sacred staff represent one of the nations who signed Treaty 4. What a majestic float.
Absolutely gorgeous. And riding on this beautiful floater, the Treaty 4 Prince and Princess Jeff Kakakaway and Arian Starblanket.
And there's a Mack truck in the vicinity, we can hear that horn.
Oh, this is so colorful. Looks like Perry Bellegarde down there to me. Absolutely beautiful.
Looks like somebody got a free ride in this procession.
That'd be the place to be.
Coming up, we'll see the traditional dancers.
Oh, you can hear the drums. It's terrific to have this involvement in this parade. Oh, and there they are, the Prince and Princess.
Jeff Kakakaway and Harry and Star Blanket, bundled up.
Oh, it's just a beautiful entry.
The float features many First Nation symbols, the star quilts, a symbol of friendship, the eagle, a symbol of vision, the spirit of the white buffalo, the symbol of renewal and hope, and the dream catcher, which allows only the good dreams to reach you while you sleep.
There it is.
The drums and the big air horn from the truck that is pulling this wonderful float.
And the crowd enjoying this, something that you haven't seen in Grey Cup parades in the past. You just take a look at that beadwork. It's intricate and it's lovely.
Holly, that's one of the things that has really impressed me watching this parade is the effort that has gone into it.
Tremendous amount of work from everybody in Saskatchewan. The Métis Pride float. Well, 1995 marks the 110th anniversary of Louis Riel's death. The Métis Heritage Committee from Regina's and Riel local community has entered this float as part of the celebration of that day.
Hard to be heard.
Or
that air horn. The Métis, though, are unique Aboriginal prairie people who emerged from the liaison of First Nations, Aboriginal, and European newcomer cultures and lifestyles. And let's listen into the spirit.
Treated to here today. Stay with us as the 1995 Grey Cup Parade on CBC Saskatchewan continues after this.
Is that your phone? I'm right in the middle of the game. You know, if you accidentally miss a call, you can return it in a snap with SaskTel Last Call Return. Here, hold this and I'll show you how it works. Just press *69. It's always on your line and it only costs 25 cents per use. Try it in the next break.
Max Januszewski was a sexual predator, tried and convicted for raping a number of young girls.
There was times when I would hide and know that he wouldn't quit looking until he found me.
The only limit to Januszewski's sexual appetite was opportunity.
You have to forget it. How can you go on? How can you survive every day knowing this stuff happened to you?
To Hell and Back, the victim stories, Monday at 6 on the CBC NewsHour.
I am safe and sound. I'm motion censored, watchdog, door manned, security cammed, and dead bolted. So how do I get out?
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
From high above downtown Regina, you're watching what many are saying is the best Grey Cup parade in recent memory. All right, Bruce Steele, come in, please.
Thank you very much, Mark. I'm with Diane and Mr. Fun from Winnipeg. And Mr. Fun, you were in Toronto in the Grey Cup parade, the last attempt.
Yes, last time I was in Toronto, the only people who were on the sidelines, I was in the parade. The only people on the sidelines were the cops, and there was nobody on the sidelines. This is unbelievable. 70,000 people in Regina. I love it. I've never seen anything like it before in my life.
Thank you very much, sir. Who are you rooting for tomorrow?
Of course, Calgary, of course. Of course, but I wish the Bombers were here. Everybody wishes they were here for Wednesday.
Everybody's cheering for the Bombers, wish they were here. Well, some of the people in the crowd most certainly do.
Hey, with a 7-11 record, the Bombers had no business being here.
You can say that, Mark, can't you?
I hope Cal's not listening.
People from Winnipeg. the Regina Police Band, here they are. Some young kids making some good music down there.
Holly, they're sponsored by the Regina Optimist Pub and the Regina Police Service. This is the Regina Police Junior Band, and we've seen so many young people here putting on a fantastic show. 43 members, aged 8 to 21. This band is this year's Canadian military marching champion.
And the crowd is loving every second of it.
See the fans with their Grey Cup pennants, their Saskatchewan green and white, their pom-poms. If you're in this parade, you sure feel appreciated.
Saskatchewan Association of Rural Municipalities in this parade as well. They've sponsored this wagon and team of 6 Percheron horses, a team that's owned by Clayton Hobman. This is truly a championship team taking honors at the Calgary Stampede, the Royal Winter Fair in Toronto, and the Canadian Western Agribition, which is coming up here in Regina in just a week.
Listen to that clip-clop of the hooves.
Doesn't that sound nice?
Stay tuned when we come back. More of the 1995 Grey Cup Parade on CBC Saskatchewan.
I've got gigabytes, I've got megabytes. I'm voicemailed, I'm emailed. I surf the net, I'm on the web. I am Cyberman. So how come I feel so out of touch?
Are you free? Are you really free? Are you really free?
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
Come Monday, Taylor Field will be empty, the game complete, the fans trudging back from whence they came. Woo! But oh, the stories we will have to tell. Grey Cup Odyssey, Monday at 7.
3 months ago, 18-year-old Leonard Hover was a Hutterite living on a colony.
Well, you can't smoke. You can't have any stereos, CD players.
Now, Leonard is trying to make a life on the outside. Lost Sons, Tuesday on the CBC NewsHour.
I have 3 children, and my children are 21, 18, and 16. Hi, Kels. Hello. Well, being on the road with my business, I wanted the security that a cell phone would give me. The business can take me basically around the city, but sometimes out on the highway and around the province. When the kids go away for the weekend, I like to give them my cell phone. They think it's great and makes me feel a lot better.
Real phones for real people. SaskTel Mobility Cellular.
I feel kind of lost without my cell phone.
Welcome back to CBC Saskatchewan's coverage of the 1995 Grey Cup Parade.
There you see the Coneheads, the guys that have CBC on their shirts. Could have been colder, they say. And they're right, we got a gorgeous day.
Oh, didn't we though? All right, the Saskatchewan Roughriders car here. We see the cheerleaders, the dream team, and these are the girls who would try to get the fans excited, of course, during Grey Cup or during Rider games. All volunteers, as not all the cheerleaders in this league are, but these girls are.
Well, I'll tell you, volunteer is a word that best describes the effort being made for all Saskatchewan football fans. They have something like 300 Rider reps throughout the province of Saskatchewan. Their job is to sell season tickets, to promote the team by selling t-shirts and hats. They do it all for free. They'll be working all week long here in Regina. In fact, I'm told that without this effort, this Grey Cup and the Saskatchewan Football Club would not be such a success.
Well, I'm sure that that's true, and this is a time, Mark, when we should say that this is a province-wide event, and it's so important to tell people that again and again, that this parade's happening in Regina, but I'll tell you, it's been supported by the work of people all over Saskatchewan.
There was a day they called the home team the Regina Rough Riders.
Oh, yes.
Not anymore. It is officially the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, and for good reason, because people come from hundreds of miles all over the province to support their team, and they're here in droves today.
Let's go down to Bruce Steele now. Bruce?
Thanks, Ollie. I'm with the mayor of Hanna, Alberta. Believe it or not.
Well, we'll be his alias this weekend, and we're having a great time here in Regina, and I just want to say hi, Hannah. We're doing you justice. You'll be proud of us. And Regina definitely deserves a big round of applause for a great party that they're putting on.
All right. Thank you very much. Have fun, man. CBC, back to you guys.
You've got to wonder what their mothers are thinking as they're watching at home.
Good thing nobody can recognize them.
That's right, too. But we're going to keep our eyes open for Gaynor, the official mascot of the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. This is where he belongs in the parade, along with the Dream Team. And there he is, and of course, he's got a buddy with him.
Gaynor the Gopher. Saw a TV show where they showed us Gaynor's dream. They put him in the game.
Yeah.
See that story? He went for a long touchdown pass and dropped the ball.
Gaynor is a gopher with an attitude. Have you seen what he's done to the mascots of the other teams when they come to town? Grab that tiger cat by the tail and whump him around a bit at the sidelines.
Now, we talked about the Stampeder horse, Charlie, that gallops up and down the sidelines. There's a great fan.
He's enjoying it.
When the Stamp score a touchdown, of course, when the Riders score, Gaynor gets on top of, what is that? I guess that's a mound of his hole, okay. Makes his way with a siren blaring around Taylor Field. Just another example of the unbridled support and enthusiasm they have in this province for football.
Like this?
Exactly.
What a show we're being treated to here today. Stay with us as the 1995 Breakup Parade on CBC Saskatchewan continues after this.
Honey, have you seen last month's phone bill?
How many pages?
6.
Well, what with organizing the reunion?
This can't be right.
Yeah, it was worth it. Talking to everyone again?
How did we get off so easy?
Well, we do have Real Plus.
A 5-minute call anywhere in Saskatchewan costs just 99 cents.
Real Plus. It really is.
Real Plus. Real savings. From SaskTel.
Look what's on the CBC NewsHour. The Experience shows every weeknight on the CBC NewsHour.
Welfare. It's a dependency that's often passed on to the next generation, but a Regina woman wants to stop the cycle in her family.
I'd like to see if I could make it on my own.
Breaking the Cycle, Wednesday on the CBC NewsHour.
I am climate controlled. My temperature a constant 70 degrees. I am scrubbed of pollen, free of dust, void of pollution. So, why can't I breathe?
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
Welcome back to CBC Saskatchewan's coverage of the 1995 Grey Cup Parade.
The Heartbeat Tour. Look at these people cycling their way, getting a little exercise as they go down 12th Avenue here today.
What is that, a bike built for 24?
For about 150, I don't know. It's really big, isn't it? I think it's maybe 40 or so. Pedal power. All right, the Melford Kinsmen coming up. This is an eclectic-looking gang. Looks like they know how to have some fun.
Is that a bumblebee?
I'm sure it is.
The Melford Kinsmen Marching Band, 12 members, plus their theme of the Kinsmen, serving the community's greatest need. For 10 years now, this gang, past and present Melford Kinsmen, have performed throughout the province. Here's the countdown. And the flame is here! The flame is back! They banned that man from the stadium because he shoots those 20-foot flares, but he's made it back to the parade.
Oh, the fans are absolutely going to love this. We haven't seen the Flame for a long, long time in Regina, and they will be thrilled that he is here.
More bagpipes, marching bands making their way through 12th Avenue here in the glass towers of downtown Regina. And what would a parade be without the Telemiracle, lighting up lives for 20 years, Holly?
Telemiracle doing wonderful things for people in Saskatchewan, raising, I think, about $2 million a year for charity. A lot of it going to kids. Kids who are having a great time in this parade. Well, it looks like the Wawa Temple Shriners.
You got that right, Holly. What would a parade be without them?
Exactly, Mark. Sorry, they know how to do a parade, don't they?
Leading the color party is the assistant chief of staff for the Wawa Temple Shriners of Saskatchewan. That's Donnie Biggs.
Well, first up is the Swift Current Drum and Bugle Corps, wearing their bright red.
Wearing the red fez, the exclusive type of headgear worn by Shriners, recognized all over North America as a symbol of their organization. They're helping young children with orthopedic or burn problems.
Again, an example of how people have come from all over the province to make this Grey Cup parade a success. These guys have come from Swift Current.
Saints they are. I'll tell you, the Shriners sure know how to do a parade.
Oh, do they ever? They've got about 37 children in their hospitals in Canada that they're helping right now as well.
Now another
Moose Jaw Equestrian Patrol there, Mark. What if they rode these horses all the way from Moose Jaw?
Yes, the Moose Jaw Equestrian Patrol to mark the end of the Saskatchewan Shriners entry. Each of these Shriners owns ad cares for his own horse.
Oh, and the Regina Ringette team. This is a fun entry in the parade. A late entry in the parade, but these kids actually went out and got 30 Regina businesses to donate materials, and they spent about 250 hours assembling this float. So these are some little female athletes from Regina. Stay tuned. When we come back, more of the 1995 Grey Cup Parade on CBC Saskatchewan.
I am safe and sound. I'm motion censored, watchdog, doorman, security cammed, and deadbolted. So how do I get out?
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
Max Januszewski was a sexual predator, tried and convicted for raping a number of young girls.
How can you survive every day knowing this stuff happened to you?
To Hell and Back, the victim stories, Monday at 6 on the CBC NewsHour.
Come Monday, Taylor Field will be empty, the game complete, the fans trudging back from whence they came. But oh, the stories we will have to tell. Grey Cup Odyssey, Monday at 7.
What can you expect from CBC Radio in the morning?
I like both the national, international news at the top of the hour and the local and provincial news at the bottom of the hour.
It's 7:30 and Barry Burgess joins me now with this morning's provincial news.
Thank you, Sheila. Good morning. Women can have their babies delivered at the hospital in Uranium City.
Expect a little more.
I enjoy the CBC News. It gives us both a world perspective and a local perspective.
They're quick on the mark here, aren't they? They're cleaning up and it's barely over.
They cleaned up this town real good. Well, I'll tell you, this has been a fantastic experience for me. Seeing more than 80 entries in this 1995 Grey Cup Parade. You see the folks on the streets of Regina following the street sweepers. This has been perhaps the best tonic CFL football and Grey Cup fever could ever have.
Well, we sure hope so, and it's lovely to think that Saskatchewan might be able to do that for the league because we have such a tradition of football here.
In spades, the green and white pride seen all over this parade today, and Bruce Steele, you've had a great experience yourself rubbing shoulders.
Yeah, it's been terrific, Mark. The streets belong to the people now. Grey Cup is underway. We've got some fans of tomorrow here. What do you think, guys?
This is pretty awesome, man.
Pretty awesome show. That about sums it up. Mark Hawley, been terrific. Back to you.
Okay, well, it's nice when you can get the teenage kids involved. You know, it's easy to get the little ones excited and the older fans who know the strong winning tradition of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. But to get those teenage boys really keen on football, too, is good.
Been 3 years since they had a Grey Cup parade, and it's come back with a bang here in Regina. I think people across Canada seeing this kind of support, it'll rub off on everybody else, and maybe in Hamilton next year they can do the same sort of job. Let's go down to Jeff Bohatch for his final comments.
Well, the street sweepers are going by, and that means the end of the parade. For me, my favorite part had to be the crowd. I've never seen so many warm, enthusiastic people all in one place. Back to you, Mark and Holly.
Okay, well, I don't think anybody went home disappointed today. I know I'm certainly not. It's been a wonderful, wonderful parade.
70,000 people lining the streets of Regina. Gorgeous weather conditions. What a way to get everybody excited for the big game tomorrow.
All right, and now we look forward to that big game, and I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful matchup between Calgary and Baltimore.
Stampeders versus the Stallions, two 15-3 football teams. Couldn't ask for a better matchup. The second year in a row, Baltimore trying to become the first American team to win the Grey Cup. Thanks for watching the 1995 Grey Cup Parade. For Holly Preston, I'm Mark Lee saying so long from Regina.
Bye-bye.
We're gonna show the world we can make this game our own. Huddle up in Saskatchewan, the game is coming home.
Up in Saskatchewan, the excitement's just begun.